Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Dave, and today I have a comparison breakdown before you guys between the Pixel 8 Pro brand new and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I do not feel good at all, a little bit under the weather, but there's videos and comparisons to make, and so I'm hoping some vitamin D can do me some good. Also, I'm sure a lot of you guys are thinking that I have Adios sandals on and a Nike hoodie. That's just how I roll sometimes, man. In terms of cameras, you are getting great camera systems on both of these devices. I actually just did a video last week breaking down cameras for the Pixel 8 Pro, 15 Pro Max, and the S23 Ultra. Definitely check that video out after this video so you guys can get a more in-depth breakdown of everything these cameras are capable of. But I can say as a whole, you are getting overall good camera systems that do, of course, have their weaknesses in different departments. Like the iPhone, even though the HDR is certainly better, it still struggles a little bit with highlight and consistency throughout a frame unless you're shooting in that log format, which I think looks amazing. You don't get log over here on the Pixel 8 Pro, but what you are getting are a very solid, capable, all-around camera system in 4K and that HDR 10 mode. I can definitely say, using the Pixel 8 Pro for a while now, I do miss the near bezel-less display on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, on the 23 Ultra, on my Galaxy Fold 5, especially when you have it open in that large mini tablet mode. The screen here is beautiful and crisp and detailed and exceptionally smooth, especially when combined with Google's amazing software, all of the little attention to details that you have there in terms of animation and navigating the entire UI. I do miss having a more bezel-less display on a device like this. I do miss the more curved display on the Pixel 7 Pro, but that really comes down to personal preference. So something I will say though is that although the Pixel 8 Pro is a little bit of a taller phone than the 15 Pro Max, I actually do prefer the more pebble-like feel in the hand that the Pixel 8 Pro and 7 Pro and 6 Pro offer than the more slab, flat, boxy form factor of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Ultimately, that's going to be just preference, but I've used a lot of phones and I always seem to find that this pebble sort of form factor just feels better in the hand. The curvature there, I think it just had a mini stroke. The pebble form factor here just curves ever so slightly better in the hand, especially like in those little finger crevices, like, you know, the little joint that you have right there. Again, of course, a lot of this is going to be subjective, but for my money in the hand, largely, I prefer the Pixel 8 Pro. Additionally, because the bar on the back of the phone is flat and uniform throughout, it's also better on a table, where the 15 Pro Max is going to wobble a little bit if you're trying to use it that way. The Pixel 8 Pro is just going to be completely solid on whatever flat surface that you're trying to use it on. The Pixel 8 Pro does have that 2400 max peak nits brightness on the display, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max can reach a maximum of oh man, a maximum of 2000. Those are numbers, if you ask me. There is a slightly noticeable difference in how much brighter this screen gets than the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but realistically, on a day-to-day basis, you're gonna be able to whip out both of these phones with no problem and see everything that you need to see on your phones, texting, phone calls. You can even watch videos and play games on both of these devices in bright blue sky sunlight. Okay, and if you guys are looking for more tech content like this, more tech reviews, that's kind of what I do here, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date. And also in the comment section, let me know if you guys are leaning more Team iPhone or Team Pixel. Apple and Peach. Alright, so in terms of gaming, if you guys are like me, enjoy playing phone games on your devices, hands down, without a doubt, the iPhone 15 Pro Max takes it, and this is something that I was hoping to see an improvement on out of the Tensor G3 in the Pixel 8 Pro. I wanted to see a significant improvement in terms of gaming, having the flexibility to max out some of those textures, lighting, frame rate settings. Unfortunately, you're not getting it here, just like you weren't getting it on the 7 Pro or the 6 Pro. On the 15 Pro Max, you could play literally every single game like Genshin Impact, Punching Grave or even Honkai Star Rail at maximum everything with maximum frames. It's gonna handle everything perfectly. Can't do that over here. But what you can do on the Pixel 8 Pro ties into that Tensor G3 processor is you have call screening, right? You have options for if someone's calling you, you can select the prompt that's going to ask the person on the other line if the call is urgent or if it can wait. In my experience and in my testing, voice dictation, voice translation, and text reading on the Pixel are all faster and more accurate, more consistently than over here on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, right? You're getting those text prompts fed back to you at a much faster rate, more consistently and more accurately, I found. And when accessing both Assistant, Siri, and Google, hands down on the Pixel, it's just more reliable and actually gets me the information that I want. And that's just one small example, but I would say on a day-to-day basis, that seems to be a recurrent theme. It's just more reliable and more consistent on the Pixel 8 Pro on a day-to-day basis. So the speakers on both of these phones are really good. I do give the nod to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but Apple's really been leading the pack in that category for a number of years now. But the Pixel 8 Pro certainly has come a long way, looking like the 6 Pro, which didn't have great speakers, the 7 Pro, which improved a little bit, and there's a bit of an improvement here as well. But if you guys are looking for a dedicated all-around speaker that you can have in your home, but also take outside with you, the Anker Motion 300 speaker is a 30-watt speaker that's not only gonna sound good inside of your home if you're studying or having like a party, but it's also gonna sound really good outdoors in outdoor elements if you're riding your bike, going for camping, going to the beach. And it packs good battery life also because you can charge it up at home and take it with you on whatever adventure you're going on. And additionally, if you are going to be bringing it outdoor in those elements, this thing has you covered with an IPX7 water resistance rating. And so if you're taking it to the beach or going camping and it rains or you drop it in a puddle, it's definitely gonna be okay. There's actually a quick access button that's a bass up button right here that you can click, going to increase your bass, but also in the application, it gives you a lot of fine-tuned control over not only your volume, but also EQ settings. Where you do have the Soundcore signature sounds and EQs, but the speaker has an adaptive direction feature. So no matter whether it is hanging, laying down flat on a table, or directly standing up at you, it's going to understand the orientation that it's in and fine-tune the sound to best fit the situation that you're in. And so if you guys are looking for a dedicated but small profile that's not too chunky, but is a very powerful and diverse speaker, I'll have a link in the description down below for you guys so you can grab one yourself too. And if you're looking for a wallpaper, that G3 is going to utilize AI technology to generate different wallpapers for you. And there are an immense number of little intricate software, user-specific and complementary things that the Tensor G3 does that you're not getting on an iPhone, and honestly, you're not really getting on any other Android device either. Now, I've loved the Pixel 8 Pro in a lot of different ways. Something that I have been a little bit disappointed in, however, in terms of like everyday usage, is battery longevity. The 15 Pro Max beats it very handily. This is a phone that I can get through my entire day, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, with around 7.5, 8+ hours worth of battery life. Where on the Pixel 8 Pro, one of the things I was hoping to have improved over the 7 Pro and the 6 Pro is battery life. It's maybe marginally better, but even still, most days getting like around that 6 hour, maybe 6.5 hours worth of screen on time. Now, for me personally, I'm someone that has a charger available at basically every given point of the day, right? In my car, I have a portable power bank at my desk. So battery life isn't as big a deal to me as it might be for other people, but for those of you that battery life is a really big deal, this leaves some room to be desired. You'll probably want to bring a charger. Just like all of you guys, I also have to take the trash out and bring it back. My personal final verdict is that both phones are excellent devices. I typically lean more towards the Android side of things. If the Tensor G3 were a more powerful device in terms of like for the gaming side of things, I would lean more towards the Pixel in that instance. The iPhone has more heavy hitting capabilities, but there's a lot more nuance, flexibility, and fluidity on the Pixel. So thank you guys so much again for stopping by. I wish you a fantastic remainder of your day, afternoon, or night, depending on the time it is you are watching this. And as always, peace, love, and adios. Bye guys.